Alright, we won the die roll in round 3. We're going to keep. See what we can do here. Let's get Mr. Death Touch online. See what we're up against. Opt is actually a pretty good draw. Guess we'll bottom any land we find and look for the good stuff. Look for the goodies. Well, I have a good track record against Boros. Or, that's not true. I have a horrible track record playing Boros is what I meant to say. But, pretty average track record. Do we even... Actually, I guess that's reasonable to draw. Castaway's not bad either. Alright. I see. Alright, I guess we'll play the Bloodletter. Could mark there, but I'd rather them use... If they have removal, I want them to use it right now. Before I play the mark. Like, I want them to play a Pious Interdiction now, as opposed to, you know, later. Alright. We'll block. Yeah, it's a reasonable trade, actually. Inspiring Cleric, sure. So we can get our pirate down now. And I guess, where do I want to put the mark? I almost want to, I mean, if I put the mark on the pirate, it's pretty safe from a lot of removal. Yeah, I suppose now I don't have to, but it probably makes sense to do it on the Prosperous Pirate, so, alright. We'll mark her up and then get in there. Not particularly in a rush to play the Apprentice either. Guess I could have played my other Prosperous Pirate there. Not the worst play in the world. Alright, main deck Legion's Judgment is always a bummer. Always a bummer. And then we draw that the turn after? What? Why? Alright, we'll play the Tamer now. Could play the Apprentice too, I guess, but I don't know. Doesn't really, I mean, maybe it pushes some extra damage through. I'm not actually sure. I don't think it does. Alright. So that's gonna keep most of our stuff at bay, unfortunately. I don't like that our opponent has so many more cards in hand either. I guess we get him with Heartstopper. I have nothing else. Yeah. This is not a winnable race. I mean, we're like a cutlass away from doing something, but... I guess we could win with a Tempest Caller. Actually, we're one short of that. Oh, just a Wily Warrior Poet. Cool. So, seems kind of like an unwinnable board state, but I guess we'll see what happens. So, Sailor doesn't really do anything either. So just make it so all of our guys can't block and then kill me? Seems pretty busted. Guess we'll block. So I guess we'll bring in Spell Swindle. I hope that does something. Countering all Watley. It's our hope, I guess. Wouldn't mind having that Spell Pierce I passed now, but whatever. Doesn't matter. So we'll bring in the Spell Swindle. I guess we'll probably still cut an agent. Alright. Alright. What do we got here? Yeah, it's a pretty good hand, actually. Gonna have to be good enough at the very least. Yeah, we'll leave the looter on top. So attack with everything. They block the 2/3. They take 4. They go to 3. I play hearts. I play looter. Yeah, I think we do attack with everything. Play the looter. Guess I can play Storm Tamer and Heartstopper still, is that right? Yeah, I suppose we ditch that then. Play this, and then pass. Hey, well that's cool. Just had to play 1,000 things, and then you get there. So they have all sorts of flyers, is that right? Flyers for days. Flyers for days. It's going to be good against our flyers, although we do have the Cutlasses, so we can still get in there. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a sideboard, so let's just run it back. Well, if this was an island, I would snap keep this hand with opt, but we better mulligan. Alright, I guess we'll keep. Yeah, we can keep the Cutlass on top too, actually. That's not bad. So, what do we bottom and what do we top? Do we bottom anything that's not a swamp? I guess now it matters a little bit less. I kind of want to keep that, to be honest. Alright, Storm Tamer's not bad either. We can at least block the companion. No red mana from our opponent. That's a good thing. Alright. Get the sailor down. And then we can Cutlass next turn, or Mark. Probably Cutlass, though. Kind of fear the Legion's thing. I think they, well, I don't know if they have it or not, to be honest, but I don't want to color fix them. That's why Scoundrel actually is a bit of a liability right now. Although I guess I could just mark up the Sailor, which is probably fine too. I feel like there's a pretty high chance they have it, but that's not super important. We can play around it for now, so why don't we? They still don't have the red mana. That is important. So they're going to bind our Cutlass or the Sailor? Probably the Cutlass. Yeah. I think that's a wise move. So now I guess we can mark our Sailor. And it's still out of Legion's Judgment range. That's an important thing to note. Alright. No worries about Legion's Judgment. Ooh, I guess now I can attack, and if they pay the 4 life, I can run aground. Kind of like that, actually. That's fine too. Alright. No red mana. And they concede. Alright, well. Boy, oh boy, did we get fortunate there. Got another draft victory too. The old blue-black. Well, Pirate's Cutlass is good. Mark of the Vampire is cool. Almost positive they had Legion's Judgment in hand, so pretty proud of myself playing around that. Alright, well, this deck did better than we could have hoped for, so hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back for more. We'll